Hey you guys, I'm super excited to be doing this presentation on nutrition and exercise. Just a little bit about me. My name is Ann Tueller and I will be graduating with my BSN in just a few weeks. I am a registered nurse. I have been working in the ICU since I graduated last April, and nutrition and exercise is something that's very important to me. I actually minored in health promotion and am currently in the process of beginning my personal training license. So I love this, um, and I'm excited to teach you guys some more about nutrition and exercise today. So we'll get started with this PowerPoint here. So I wanted to pose this question to you guys, and I know that this is virtual, so if you have maybe a pen and pencil, just jot down some of your ideas. What does healthy mean to you? Because it's kind of different for everyone, and I just wanted you guys to ponder this for a second and think about what the word healthy means to you. And I'll share some of my thoughts as well. Feel free to pause the video too at any point if you need some time to write down some of your thoughts. So, this is Candace, my best friend, and she's also your personal trainer. So we had the opportunity to run at Weber State, and this is when I really started to become passionate about exercise and nutrition. I learned a lot during the year that I ran, and I learned a new definition of healthy for me that year, and I wanted to share more about that. So healthy to me is, it has less to do with exercise and nutrition and more to do with like a state of being or the way that I'm thinking. Exercise and nutrition is something that allows me to do these things like biking, being with friends and family. Those are all really important to me. So it's more about happiness, and I think exercise and nutrition can give you that happiness because it's very freeing when you're in a place to be able to do these sort of things. So I also included a picture of strawberry milk because I love strawberry milk and I love food, and I love having a positive relationship with food. So exercise, let's start on this topic real quick. So maybe you guys have heard about this, maybe you haven't. There's two different types of exercise, so aerobic versus anaerobic. Here's the difference. So aerobic is like basically if you go to the gym and someone says aerobic or cardio, that's what they're referring to. So aerobic exercises stimulates the heart rate and breathing rate to increase, and it's sustained over a period of time, where anaerobic literally means without oxygen. And this is an exercise that causes you to become quickly out of breath. So that would be like CrossFit or heavy lifting or sprinting. It's something that you can't do for an extended period of time. So here's some examples of aerobic. So running, spinning, swimming, walking, hiking. This is like typically what people think of when someone says like cardio or even exercise. I think a lot of people think about these examples here. Oops. Anaerobic. So like I said, you have your weightlifting, squats, pull-ups, push-ups, rowing. So a lot of these you can see are strength exercises, and you can't do very many of them because they tire you out really quickly. So this is, we've all heard different things about exercise and how much exercise we need. I did some research, and what I found on most websites and through my research is that they recommend that you have at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity. So that's like your cardio, and then 75 minutes of vigorous aerobic activity, so where your heart rate is sustained at a higher rate. And then I think this is on the next slide, but don't forget your strength training because it's really important. Right here. So this is going to be more of your anaerobic, and we want to be doing these probably at least 2 times a week at the very least. So what I do in my own personal training regimen is I like to do, I actually do 3 days of strength training and 3 days of aerobic, or I just mix them together. So I'll do like 30 minutes on the stair stepper or like the elliptical, and then I'll do some weightlifting in addition. And the great thing about exercising is you get to choose what works for you and what you like doing. That's why it can be fun. So when I say exercise, this is what you guys are probably thinking of. And I want to point out that there's a lot of different ways to exercise. So we have here walking the dog, gardening, being outside, hiking, even mowing the lawn. Those are all considered more aerobic activities. And these definitely count. I like to tell people, when they're starting off, let's start off slow. Let's start off with things that you already enjoy doing or that you have to do, like mowing the lawn, and that is being active. So don't get in your head that there's only one way. Excuse me. That there's only one way of doing this and exercising, because there's not. There's a lot of different ways and methods to be active. So I'm sure you've all heard the benefits: improved immune function, elevated mood, better sleep habits. I personally have found exercise, it really does elevate my mood. And that's what I wanted to talk about here, is this mental health. For me, it really reduced my anxiety. It makes me feel better about myself, and it's kind of like my stress outlet after I've had a long day at work or school or something. It's a great way to release that stress. And it's good for your brain. Studies have shown it improves memory and multitasking and planning, which I thought was cool for us young people who like to do multiple things at once. So let's get into food. It tends to be more of a complicated subject, but I'm going to try to keep it easy for you guys. So the basic purposes of food is to give us energy, to regulate our metabolism, support our body's growth and development. But for me, I said to bring happiness, because food is awesome. And having a healthy relationship with food is great. It can bring a lot of happiness. So we have our carbs, our fats, our proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water. I'm not going to go into huge detail with these because I think most of you guys know what sources, but I do want to point out with fats that these are referring to healthy fats, so avocados, nuts, seeds, those types of things. And those are high calories as well, so keep that in mind. I think MyPlate is a great beginning way of starting if you don't really know. I don't want to use the word diet, but if you don't know how to eat healthy, this is a great way. This is a video, so if you guys have time, please watch that. It kind of goes into MyPlate, what it is. So I'm going to skip that just for sake of time. In talking about food, so I wanted to talk less about food and more about your goals and your attitude towards food. So I have found that people really struggle in the food department because they don't know where to start. Things seem complicated, and I totally understand that because it took me a long time to figure out kind of how nutrition worked for me and my body, and it's different for everyone. So I would say when starting goals, don't set too many goals. Start off simply. Simplicity is going to be better, and then make sure that you're writing down goals and you're reviewing your progress and all of that, and doing those simple things will help you to feel like less less complicated. So, and I also like to tell people, like, just start with one goal and do it for a week. So, like me, for example, this week I'm trying to eat um, a vegetable with every meal because I hate vegetables. So that's something that's hard for me, but it's doable because I only have one that I work on every week instead of having like two or three or four, and then I get overwhelmed. So start with something easy. These are some examples for you guys if you don't know where to start. And then I have some resources. I've included the My Plate, so there's actually a quiz you can go and take. I took it, and it just basically asks you some questions about your current eating habits and kind of what could maybe be missing from your diet. So that's a great resource. Um, and then there's this active.com, and that's a really cool website. So you can go on there and find activities in the Salt Lake area. They have like volleyball, biking, they really have anything that you can think of. So that's a great way to start getting involved if you don't know where to start. And then I love this Calorie King right here at the bottom is awesome. So it has to do with eating out. So one of the great things about nutrition is that you can still do all of those things. Um, but this website just gives you a breakdown of what you're eating. So if you're trying to track or you're trying to just get a better idea of what you're putting into your body, this is a great place to go. So I Googled a Chick-fil-A, or not Googled, I typed in a Chick-fil-A sandwich into the search bar, and this is what it gave me. So it's 440 calories, and it kind of breaks down the nutrition and everything. And so I like to use that if I just want to have a better idea of what I'm eating when I do eat out. So that's that activity page I was telling you guys about. This is what it looks like. It's just a screenshot. So that's it, you guys. I hope that you found some benefit out of this presentation. I enjoyed making it, and I feel passionately about health and nutrition. And what I would say is just start slow and find something that you love in both the food and the exercise department. And hopefully you will have success doing that. It is a process. So thank you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.